Yeah, look at this face. This is the face of an artist. Yeah. I work out. What? Can't you tell?
People are ridiculous, delightful, and absurd. Artists are no exception. Names and characters are the product of the creator's imagination, used in a fictitious manner. Any resemblance to ourselves is purely coincidental, or maybe it's not. How much of a narcissist are you? Where does your ego sit? Stay tuned. Subscribe, like, don't forget, and we're going to dive into this.
Hi there. My name is Marc Narcissist, and I am an artist. Possibly the greatest artist of our generation.
Narcissism is defined as an inflated sense of self-worth. How does that apply to creatives, artists? There's actually quite a few ways if you really dig into the topic.
My background? Well, basically self-taught. Everything just always came really naturally to me. So I never felt the need to go to art school, and I don't think I need it. Everything that I pick up seems to work out pretty good. Do you want to see my portfolio? Here, take a look. Here, you want to see my work too? You should. Take a look. It's really good.
There's somebody who tried to determine how narcissistic artists, modern artists, are by measuring three things. 1, the sign of their signature. 2, how often they did self-portraits. And 3, how often they use the term I in interviews. All of those measures seem to correlate with success. And you can measure the success by number of sales and dollar amounts associated with those sales.
Well, yeah, of course it's all me. You have to understand, as an artist, I am God. God creates, I create. So God is me, my work is God, I am God.
Now in general, we have a generation that's kind of raised on a narcissistic platform between social media, the current state of politics. It's almost normalized. The selfie culture, as it's called sometimes, where we're just putting out images on Instagram or whatever, looking for likes and validation constantly. And it's the way that some of us have been raised. It's something that's just very normal in our lives. So there is definitely a measurable increase in narcissistic tendencies the younger you go for people.
So everything that I paint, everything that I touch, it is ultimately me. If I'm painting a portrait or a still life or a picture of royalty or the greatest fast car in the world, it's me. I'm in there, and people understand. When they look at my work, they know that there's a deeper meaning. They understand that there's more to it than just a pretty picture. And I affect people, and that's always what I've wanted to do. I want to affect people in my work, and I do. Oh, as far as mediums go, I like anything. There hasn't been anything I've been able to pick up and just hasn't seemed to come naturally to me. It's been fine. I can work with anything.
There's a study that was published about 6 years back in Thinking Skills and Creativity Journal, where they measured people's neurotic tendencies such as narcissism and related it to how creative they perceived themselves to be, as well as how creative they actually were in terms of creating or starting creative projects. And there's a direct correlation. The more narcissistic a person was, typically, the more creative they actually were and believed themselves to be. So perhaps there is some benefit to that.
How does my work relate to the greater world? Well, it's everything. Everybody is like me. I am here painting my works, and then they come out and they come across everybody, and it's just like that enlightening feeling that you're going to understand when you go to my gallery shows. No, I haven't had one yet. But I'll give you a personal show, eh? Eh? I'll be in galleries. It'll be soon, I'm sure. I got some emails out. It's just a matter of people looking at it and seeing how amazing it all is.
There's another psychologist that wrote a little bit about how she believes that narcissists are more successful creatively because they can shut out caring about others and those worries, minutia or whatever is in their lives, to focus their energy on creative thinking and processes. Whereas somebody who is not so narcissistic maybe will not be so successful at just, I don't hear you, la la la, and just focusing on what's going on in their brain and what they feel is probably a brilliant thing, and maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but at least they're making room for it to happen. So there's some interesting thought there.
When did I start? I was probably about 20. I just thought I should be able to do that. It would be really cool, and I think I'd be really good at it. So I started painting and drawing. And what do you know? It's really good.
None of us are so simple as we are only one thing or another. There's probably some level of narcissism in just about anybody. And creating is a weird part of that, where maybe you struggle with this, but you got to think that your work's good enough to put out into the world on some level. And there's definitely some ego associated there.
So check me out. I'm online. I have a website. I have a Twitter account. I have a Twatter account. I'm on Instagram and Instadont. You can buy my prints through my website.
So don't be afraid to believe in yourself a little bit and let your confidence shine through now and again, because it certainly can help your creative career.
So what's really important as an artist is knowing that you are going to be what everybody remembers in the world. So we create history as everybody understands it. We are the markers. We are the recorders. So what we put down, that's posterity. Our work is more important than the historians and the scientists.
To embrace all sides of yourself, the ones that are meek and worried about what the world is going to think of you, and that which thinks that you have something worth saying to the world.
You got to watch out for me, because my career is going to be big. You're going to be seeing my work everywhere. You just trust me on that. Hey, you out there, believe in yourself.